Bingo. And we're live. Tim, thank you for joining me.
Happy to be here.
And this is everybody, this is Tim Hill. All right, comedian, fellow comedian.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even a comedian. I'm an open micer.
Well, I'm not either, really. I'm an open micer too, man. That's what we got to call ourselves. It's an honest man's game. Man.
It is. And fucking Anthony, can I get a little tune down in the headphones a little bit? I'd appreciate it. But this is a special day for you because this is one of your last days in Michigan.
Yep, I'm moving back to San Diego tomorrow.
San Diego, and is that specifically for comedy?
Oh yeah, I only live out there for comedy.
So what makes it different than Michigan?
Than Michigan and Detroit specifically, there's more available stage time, a lot more. So
for instance, on some days, like a good day here, you can probably only maximum hit 3, and mostly 2.
Well, that also is only probably the maximum. Maybe you hit 4, if you do something crazy, or if there's a coincidence, you're on a couple shows at one specific club, where on like weekends, clubs do 2 shows. And if you can weasel your way into like going to the club, doing your spot there, then going to a mic and going back to the club and then going to another mic or something like that. But for the most part, it still is only 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But it is definitely 7 nights a week. There's no stopping.
And is that the same in San Diego, or how many can you hit in a night in San Diego?
That's what I'm saying is in San Diego. It's 2 to 3 mics a night, 7 nights a week, no matter what.
Shit.
Yeah, no matter what, you can get on stage at least 2 times every night, pretty much.
Because for me, as an open micer that can do like only show up, go up, and
stuff.
Some lucky sign-ups on Facebook.
Yeah.
Some nights I can't even hit any.
Exactly.
0.
Yeah, that's
a couple
Michigan.
times a week.
Yeah.
And
there are scenes that are worse and stuff like that, of course. So I'm lucky to have started here. You're lucky to start here. But there's not enough opportunity, bottom line.
Interesting, because since I'm so fresh to the game that it's still fine for me. Like, I can still burn myself out with as many mics that are available to me.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm so new and I'm learning.
Yep.
And
You're starting at a pretty rapid pace, to be honest with you. You're going immediately after it. Most people dip their toes in, they wade into the water.
Interesting. Yeah, like I don't know. I listened to like this video, and it was Ari Shaffir, and it was a 4-hour long video of him talking to young comics.
Yep.
And one of the things he said was like, if you're not going 5 to 6 times a week, like you need to go 5-6 times a week.
Yep.
So I just try to do 5 to 6.
Yep.
And that is hard. I'm not gonna lie.
It's hard. It's hard to discipline. When you've got another life, it's very hard too. I started comedy pretty much in high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was the only other life that I got to have. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I still did have I had a 9-to-5 job for a little while.
Yeah, of course.
And it it got pretty hard. I ended up getting fired from it because I was taking too much time off. Period. And I'm not saying I quit my 9-to-5 because I get paid through comedy. I got fired from it because I did comedy too much, and I started living in a van and making it work.
Dude, we talk about van life all the time.
Yep, it's a fun thing to do, dude. You ought to do it. You got the right spirit for it too,
especially for comedy, dude. Because you don't have to pay for hotels. You can travel all across the country, do gigs.
Exactly.
Always.
Yep.
So you're literally just untethered to anything besides your van.
I was on for a long time it was me in the van and then my buddy Chris, he's going to be coming here later today.
Awesome.
But him and I went on tours of breweries up through Idaho, Washington State, down through Vegas. And that's, how he's making his way out to Detroit right now. But just staying in the van pretty much the whole time. It's so easy.
So did you build your own van, or did
Nope.
you buy?
I had a minivan before. What happened is I didn't choose van life to be cool.
Van life chose you.
Yeah. Well, I lost my girlfriend. My girlfriend was the boss at the job that I was taking a lot of comedy shit at.
Yeah.
And so when she wasn't my boss and I didn't have the protection to take 2 weeks off every month,
Damn.
I got fired from that job, and then I lost the apartment. And started living in a van. And then I started living in the van, and I was like, this isn't bad. Yeah, this is fine.
Minivan too, huh?
Yeah, minivan.
Damn,
no conversion.
You're whipping an Odyssey. You're just
Dodge Grand Caravan.
It's close.
05.
Close enough. 05.
DVD player and everything.
Damn, so you had TVs? Oh my God.
Sunroof, DVD player.
That's luxury.
Yep, absolutely.
That's actually better than some people's living areas. One thing about comedy that I've noticed recently is that since I want to put so much time into it, I've been working harder at my other jobs to get them out of the way.
Yes.
So I finished to do the comedy.
Yep.
And so it's like making my actual other life more proficient.
Yeah.
It's not like a hindrance to anything besides my sleep.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if you've got a lot of shit to do this day, but you know you got to be on the way to parts and labor by 7 p.m. It's a long drive for you, especially.
I'm lucky. I live right on 696. So I'm literally 20 minutes from everywhere, pretty much.
Yeah, I love that's a luxury.
Lucky.
Yeah, no, where my apartment was in San Diego was just 10 minutes away from every show.
Yeah, oh man, that's cool. Especially I like, one day I would like to travel, but I'm gonna take my time and just
yeah.
If
well,
it happens,
how old are you? You're like a very young person.
I'm 21.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's a perfect age to start. I started when I was 19. So 21, 21 is still very young. Honestly, 24, the age I am right now, is, in my opinion, the average or normal age to start comedy. So you're getting a leg up and everything like that. And the idea is to get good here in Detroit, where I was saying, like I said, it's like there are other scenes that are way worse. So we are lucky to start in a place where we have work.
Yeah.
But it's not enough. It's not so much work to the point where there's like eyes on us and people like recognize. No one remembers us when we were bad.
Sure.
No one remembers us when we were bad anymore. I used to suck so much dick. No one knows.
That's good.
Because all the people who knew I sucked dick quit comedy. Yeah. Pretty much,
That's
like
interesting.
a lot of young comedians end up quitting comedy. So
that's so interesting, and it's so hard to judge because I've seen people. Some of the first. I started like a couple months ago, blah, blah, blah. So I would see some people that I view as really good, but at the start I would see them bomb, right? And it was like my first time seeing them. And I'd just be like, okay. And then I'd see them murder a room. I was like, whoa. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you can bounce back from a bomb.
Yes.
The bomb isn't forever.
No.
It's like, all you have to do is just learn how to not do that, and people will accept you.
Yeah,
at least for your comedy.
Yeah, the way that I put it, it's there's a stink, that we have on us. Once you've been doing it long enough, there's an attitude that you have at an open mic, even if you're new there. All right. To the point where it's like when I first started, I was a kid. I was bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and scared as fuck. Sure. I went to open mics, sat alone for a long time before anybody talked to me. You probably did the same thing. Sat alone, bombed, definitely. Went home. Went out the next night, sat alone, bombed, went home. Yeah. Until you started smoking cigarettes with anybody outside or whatever, doing something. So then it's like almost starting that over when you move to a new scene. But the time that you're doing, like, because I sat alone in San Diego and I was getting like, I was like, man, this is exactly the same way it was when I started in Detroit. Why did I do this? But they pick up on it faster, is what I'm trying to say. It was a long walk to that short drink of water. But as like a real comedian can identify a real comedian after a few minutes of being around each other at an open mic or something like that. I can identify people who are not taking it that seriously based on the way that they talk about comedy and stuff like that. I can sort of pick up a vibe and tell if somebody's taking it seriously. Like I said, open micer, all I am is an open micer and stuff like that. But you've got to work hard.
But your attitude, but it's an attitude thing.
It's an attitude, 100%.
It's like, for sure, there's some people that do their own thing, but like me, like I'm an open micer that's striving to be a comedian. Like the easiest way to say is like a pro comedian. Yeah. That's what I want to be. Like I want to have a piece of paper out and understand how to write a joke perfectly. Yep. Oh my God. I was going to say I would not be lying, or I would be lying to you if I told you I knew how to write a good joke. So what I'm saying is I don't know how to write a good joke.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be lying to you if I told you I did. Yeah.
Like I write so much shit because I'm trying to understand, and it's so confusing. It's basically like trying to do trigonometry. It's like, I don't know what trigonometry
is. And there's not really a way to teach it.
Yeah.
It's like trying to do a new way of a new type of math that you cannot be taught. Like there are ways to be guided, but everyone's writing is going to be different. So there isn't a perfect way to write a joke or a way to write the joke the right way. But I do know what you mean for, the fact that you've only been in it a couple of months. Yeah. What you mean that you're still trying to figure out, it's like, how do I write? Like what's the way that I write,
Yeah, it's, I've had, even with the podcast, like when you start anything, you kind of emulate the people that you got the love from.
Yeah.
And like people would comment all the time, "Oh, I can tell what podcast you listen to by listening to your podcast."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm sorry. I'm like a sponge. Like
Yeah,
I mean, soak up what I love, and then
that's generally what's gonna happen, you know.
And so exactly what you were saying, like I'm trying to figure out how does Noah Barczyk write? How can I make the joke that, and you know, I make it happen over 12 Passovers of many hours of looking at this joke like, come on, motherfucker, let's do this.
Well, that's the way it is, you know? Like, looking back over it, I don't write too hard anymore, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I do write the words that I say, but I'm big on writing on stage. I'm big on riffing. But when I first started, I did and still like to with quote unquote final drafts of jokes, even though it's never really done. Okay. I'll add tags months later after thinking it's done.
Okay.
But what's it called? I used to write it all out word for word, pretty much set up, punchline, and highlight them different colors.
Okay.
And try and make sure it looked almost every other thing was a punchline or supposed to be funny. I want the page to look like the American flag, really.
Yeah. Right.
So every other sentence is supposed to be funny.
Okay.
In the way that I'm trying to write. I'm trying to trim fat into the way that if this sentence that I'm saying right now isn't funny, it's to set up the fact that the next one is. You can't talk too much. You can't set up too much, in my opinion.
And so, that's like a tough thing. You know, I've had that's what I'm trying to learn because I've had a couple people come up to me and I always take advice. Like, you know, I put it through my filter and I of course I want to try and be the best I can be. And, I've had a few people tell me I need more punchlines. And so that's how I'm trying to figure that out.
I know what you mean.
I really am because it's very hard.
You get the funny idea. I did that a lot when I first started, is having the funny idea and then having the couple things I thought were funny and then thinking that's really like a big to do, but it really was 12 seconds. And then so in that aspect, it does take a little bit of sitting down, staring at the paper and just trying to think. It's like, what am I talking about? What's funny about it from the other angles and stuff like that, other than what I'm talking about? How can I reference it, make an analogy about it, or do something, you know?
I saw this really interesting video. It just popped up in my feed. It was about, it was like a list technique. And this guy like had Word documents.
Okay.
And he like he would make a sentence and then dissect a sentence and with like 3 different definitions, like sex, money, drugs. And then he would have phrases, common terms for sex, money, drugs, and like hundreds of phrases.
Yep.
And so this guy was going ham. Like
that way you could look at it from literally every possible fucking bird's eye view fully on every idea.
It's a very interesting thing. It's like, I don't know. I think it's efficient. Don't get me wrong. You're going to write mad jokes super quick.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm just trying to think, is that cheating? It's not cheating, but it's like I guess you're just not letting your brain hinder yourself. Cause
you mean when you like try and force it in a way?
When like you're reading off of like all these phrases and stuff. It's kind of like a cheat code, kind of, but like not.
But he made it, you know, so.
It is, like, I'm not saying.
I don't know. I would never do that. I would never be able to look at it and figure it out, how to make it work. That takes some like insane calculator brain shit, like to figure that out.
It's not cheating.
Me, I don't like sit down and write jokes either. I don't go, it's time to write a new joke. I don't do that at all.
Yeah.
There's no like, just like time to create something brand new. I will write like 3 new jokes. I will have 3 new thoughts in like a day or 2.
Sure.
And put them all on my phone, do them at a couple open mics. And then I won't think of a new joke for like a week and a half, month, maybe like, but I got the new ideas and I'm working on them and changing those a little bit. And then my brain will just shit like 19 other ideas next month. Like
I've been on this kick recently where I'm trying to like perfect a couple jokes, a couple stories. For the past like month or so, I've kind of just been throwing brand new shit at the wall every week.
I mean, it's what you should do, you know?
Yeah.
Keep getting comfortable because I say this respectfully, and it's also when I say anything, I really want to preface this I know that I'm an idiot, by the way.
Sure.
I'm a 24-year-old. I've been doing comedy only for like 6
I
years.
feel the same about
But
myself.
so I don't, when I say what I'm about to say, I don't want it to come off as like teaching or anything like that, because I'm still an idiot. This is just what I think and in
We're
my
just
experience.
a couple of idiots that are talking shit.
Yeah, exactly. So, but what I'm saying is, yeah, just keep going with new shit, throwing at the wall, as you say, and stuff like that, because nothing you say right now is going to stay.
I feel that.
Nothing you say right now on stage, nothing you're saying for the next probably 9 months is going to matter or stay. Nothing. I tell nothing from the first 2 years of comedy right now at all. And if I look back at it, I cringe, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you will too. So just keep getting better and comfortable. Because if you're ever like on stage, you know, try to work on that muscle of getting that away.
Yeah.
Because when I bomb, I'm not scared anymore. That's probably the bombing is it's you know, it's indicative of how awful of a comedian I am. Bombing is one of my hardest strengths. I will talk through silence, have fun with it, break through the bomb. I love bombing. It's very fun, but if it still feels like it chinks your armor to say something you think is funny and then hear silence, get really comfortable with that happening. Yeah. And then you can start really being yourself even more.
The it's kind of fun because it's you can break out of it. There's this tension when you're bombing. You can feel it in people's faces. Some people literally, like my mom and we both have bitch face. So we show it all in our face. Yeah. And so many other people too. And so when you're up there, they're looking at you. And you can break the tension by just calling out how these people are looking at you.
Exactly. Yeah, no, breaking tension is like it's a very underrated comedy tactic skill that you need to be able to have. You need to be able to address the tension that's in the room in the exact correct way.
I used to do when I was a kid. So I've learned shit from just my life, like childhood and stuff that applies to comedy. It's weird, like it just makes sense. It's just life, just helping each other out. But when I was a kid, I would tell stories to my family. I'll be really bad at it. And I would let it break me down, and it would make my story even worse, right? Because they would be looking at me like, what is this idiot fucking saying? What is this idiot saying? And I would let it shrink me down. And then, and then I made it a mission of mine to get good at it. And like only till recently, like in the, I don't know, past couple years, and especially once I started doing comedy, it's like, I don't give a fuck anymore. It's like you got to keep trudging through the mud. Yeah. You got to, when they're looking at you like that, you have to prove your point. You got to be like, no, listen. Exactly. And then trudge through the mud, and then you can get them back.
Because backing out is really easy.
And it makes it look way worse.
It doesn't affect anything. If you back out, there's no way to have redemption. You go deeper. If you start bombing harder, you might swoop back out.
And like, oh my God, I hate listening to the fucking recordings.
Oh yeah, that's fucking horrifying.
But dude, that's why we have to do it, because when we listen back to it, we're like, oh my God, this is what we sound like?
Yeah, exactly. And I punch myself up when I listen back. That's when I'm able to do it, is because for whatever reason, if I'm writing a joke while I'm on stage, I'm very like, gotta make sure to say what I wanted to. Got to make sure to say what I wanted to and find out if it works. Yeah. And then when I listen back to it, oftentimes I think of it at the other angles, like we were talking about when I'm listening to it. But for some reason, when I'm saying it, I'm really determined to get the words that I just wrote down out.
So I heard from a comedian recently, a really funny one. He said that he brings 3 points, like 3 hits. For each bit. And kind of like, all right, I want to make these 3 stops at least before I move on to the next bit. And everything in the middle is just going to be freestyle. And that's how he lives his life. And when I tell you he's a fucking hilarious guy.
People can do that. There are comedians who can do that. 100%.
I need to try that once. I never tried it yet. I want to try that once. Just see how it goes. I brought just ideas, just like one phrase that I haven't even thought about besides just like, this is funny, let's bring it. Yeah. I mean, like the funny one about ice road truckers. Just shit like that. Like,
yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. What's it called? Fun. I used to scary. You never did Prank Us then?
I don't know what that is, no.
Prank Us is a crowd work show that was around before the pandemic. And so that's where I developed the skill you're talking about, or not developed the skill like an asshole would say, but like that's where I started working on that primarily.
We say this shit's like RuneScape. I don't know if you ever played that shit.
I'm familiar with it.
It's just like RuneScape. You gotta get your wood cutting up. You gotta get your
Yes.
you gotta get your crowd work up. You gotta get your
because well,
it's
it
true.
not necessarily wasn't crowd work. It turned into it every week because it was heckle encouraged, new material heckle encouraged. So comedians would pile in there and yell at each other, talk shit about each other and stuff like that.
That sounds like fun.
Sometimes it helped punch up each other's jokes and stuff like that. But you go up there so loose and just prepared to bomb so hard because you need to do new stuff. Yeah. And either people either enjoy it or they're mean to you pretty much. So it was like, that's what got me really comfortable with bombing was that show, and then really opened up my mind while being on stage, because it used to be while I was on stage my brain was turned off to try and only say the written jokes.
Interesting.
But after doing Prankus for so long and then taking that kind of a style of comedy just into a regular comedy show, it sort of opened up a part of my brain that lets me think while I'm on stage. It's almost sort of like my brothers are musicians.
Cool.
And I remember when I was a kid watching them, specifically one of them, when he was playing piano, he had a hard time learning how to sing while playing.
Okay.
And when he broke that wall, I relate that feeling to the feeling of being able to think about something else while you're saying something. So I can now do comedy while thinking about how to break the tension of the fact that I'm eating so much shit right now. I can be in the back of my mind thinking about, I don't know, maybe I address this giant guy sitting alone. Maybe he hates me for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad example, but I'm able to think while I do stand up now. That's a skill that that was like an achievement, like in a video game.
It's very interesting. I wonder, and it doesn't it kind of excite you on even furthermore in the future? I'm like, well, what the fuck else is there that I'm gonna learn? Like, what else is there that we're gonna learn out there? Because for instance, when you started, you probably didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah, well, you see it and you're so envious of it. Sure. Like you're like, how do I figure out how to behave like the good comedians who are around me right now? Like, and so that's where a little bit of that like emulation from the podcast thing that you're saying, like how you emulate the people that you listen to and stuff like that. You're gonna end up emulating the good comedians in your scene a little bit, even because it's like in this scene, I used to come out and I'd see like Brett Hayden, Diego, and a guy named Kyle do comedy. They all have a similar style, kind of.
Okay.
Maybe not. It's not too similar. I mean, if there's any Detroit comedians who are listening to this, they're gonna disagree. But it's all kind of indicative of the same group styling of comedy. Sure. And I ended up sort of leaning that way a lot because I kind of wanted to be like them because I saw them as good comedians. I was like, so that's how you do it. Yeah, man, boy, oh boy, did I forget where I was going with that. But
emulating people in front of you, like for like I was. Oh
yes, about the thinking skill and stuff like that. What other skills will we develop? Yeah, it really because when I first started, I was just dog shit, and you don't notice yourself getting better. Okay. So like I still think I'm bad, kind of.
I feel
I'm really
so
not
fucking bad.
That confident. Yeah, and at least you're self-aware.
Yeah.
A lot of open micers do not have self-awareness. We're surrounded by some of the most delusional people with no self-awareness who all think they're hilarious.
Dude, almost every night. Some night, like I've only had like a couple nights where I've walked on stage and I was like, "Good night, man. That was a good night." But almost every night, someone's like, "Good set, man," and I'm just like, "I fucking did horrible, you piece of shit."
Yeah, it's like, why do you even need to say that? We can just go smoke a cigarette outside or something.
Let's just go fucking be sad next to each other and tell each other why we sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, do I love getting out to do comedy though here in Detroit.
Oh, dude, I was talking to Nick the other day. I was just like, dude, this is like my favorite part of the night or the day. It's the nighttime, but it's my favorite part of the day is just like going up for those 5 minutes, the time before, talking to people, just seeing where we're all at. Hey, what you working on? Like, oh, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then that 5 minutes, that's all we get these days. 5 minutes. You go up there and just like try to give it all you have because you may have been working on what you're about to do for 3 days.
Yep. You didn't get up yesterday or the day before even.
Yeah, and now it's been 20,
and you don't know if you're going to get up tomorrow.
No, and so you got to give it all, and it's just, whew, it feels great when you do good.
Yeah, it really does. But even I love being involved in it. For me is like, for the last couple of years, it's since I lost the day job and stuff like that. It's the only thing in my life, and so I'm just killing time all day. Every single day is me trying to kill as much time as possible till I can be doing comedy, because I don't really even, the set doesn't matter too much to me and stuff like that. I love doing comedy. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. It's a party. It's so much fucking fun to be around 17 like-minded people, even if it's just an open mic or if it's at a show and stuff like that. Like at Cabbage Patch the other night, a guy tried to fight everybody.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's insane.
There was were you there that night at Gratiot Pub? That was like a week or two ago.
A couple of weeks ago when it was like just you and me and Mike Eshak.
And then there was that guy with the fucking raggedy braids that looked like he didn't do anything with his hair for 4 or 5 years.
Perhaps. I went up and left. Left immediately.
He was just like, you gotta control your cousin. He was talking to you. He was talking to me about you.
About me? What control? What did I do? What was I? Was I being wild?
I guess to him.
Was I wilding out?
And I was like, he wasn't reacting to my jokes. I was trying to talk to him. He wasn't saying anything. So I was like doing sign language. I was like, "Are you deaf?" Blah blah blah. He got pissed off.
That's more wild than anything I do on stage.
And then he tried to fight Diego. He charged the stage at Diego.
Oh no!
And then there was this big buff dude, and he was like, "Not today!" And he grabbed his ass and got him outside.
Yep. See, that's exactly why I love comedy. I love the world that I'm involved in. It's so fucking. You don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You literally do not know when you're on your way out, you could be doing anything that night, you know?
Oh, man.
You could end up switching clothes with your friend, you know? Crazy. Like, you don't know what's going on. Dude, you know, you're going to do, you're just a wacky 4 hours.
Marco, Marco, he got the fucking cane.
Yes.
He fucking went on stage yesterday, and he didn't even plan it. The first thing he did is took off his shirt. And he did his whole set with his shirt off.
Hell yes.
And you probably don't know. He's got like tattoos, like, dude, no offense. They're not good tattoos. You know what I mean? They're on his belly and his back. It was so fucking funny. And he just did the whole set with his cane and with his glasses. With his
cane, glasses, shirtless blind man just up there.
So fucking dope. It was just, he didn't even have to do anything. Were you there for, we're getting off. We're not even on.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
We're talking about comedy.
Were you there for Noah Chap last night at New Way?
No, last night I rushed right out of New Way after.
Bro, I've never seen anyone kill it like the way he killed it at New Way yesterday.
Noah Chap is one of Detroit's best for sure. Most obscure. He's insane. He's insane. Like absolutely. Yeah, he will.
It was so fun to see and be a part of. It was just like, wow.
Was that your first time ever seeing him?
I think perform. I've seen him at open mics, but I just left to go to another one or just haven't seen him on stage.
Yeah, he is really fucking benign.
He felt like so prepared, man. Like, not felt like.
He's a writer. He's one of those people who can sit down and write.
Yeah.
He can. His brain works like it. Like it's like a computer that it's like it's looking up already what he's thinking about and then already pulling up different things he can say.
It was fun to see. It was just like, man, that was inspiring. It was fucking crazy good, because I've never seen anyone take their full stage time with the premise that he did.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, dude, he can do 17 minutes flat of that same exact thing. It's the same setup with a different punchline.
17 minutes
ever. I'm not going to spoil anything or give away his punchlines, no. But he goes, I'm a necrophile because of this, and that's a punchline, kind of. It's like for a hilarious reason, you know? And then...
Well, yeah, let's just say that, but...
He just continues to say, actually, the reason I'm a necrophile, funny. Actually, the reason I'm a necrophile, funny. And he can do that for like 17 minutes.
And it's hilarious every time.
Every single one. It's like, how in the fuck are there more angles to this?
I know. That's why I was just like, I was looking around just in amazement. I was like, wow. It's like, this is a special moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Noah Chap is an anomaly.
Yeah. I'm just happy. Like, I'm proud to have the same name. I'm just like, what's up, Noah? He's just like, hey, man, Noah, nice to meet you. Noah, nice to meet you. I was actually hanging out with 2 other Noahs yesterday.
Really?
There was a 3 group of Noahs. I've never been in that situation in my entire life.
Just a bunch of Noahs.
It was fucking weird. And it was funny because the third Noah was actually the son of a comic. And he looked like not Jet Black, Jack Black.
Jack Black?
Yeah, like if Jack Black was 70. Long gray hair.
Yeah, no. Oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
Converse,
Yeah. I saw
high
that guy.
socks, bowling shirt. Fucking dope look. He's chill. You know he's chill. If you're wearing a bowling shirt, you're chill. But it was his son. Water break.
Absolutely.
Dude, what's up, man? Sipping the Baja Blast? What'd
Sipping
you get
the
at
Baja.
top?
I got 3 soft tacos because I got my tooth pulled recently.
Really?
So
What tooth?
Way back here.
The wisdom?
No, I got my wisdoms taken a long time ago, but this is just a dead tooth because I'm not that healthy.
That's what's up. Dead teeth.
But just a way back one, and now it's like, fuck, I have a
hurts.
dry socket already and stuff like that.
Damn, what did they do for that? I know that
They
hurts
don't
like
do
a bitch.
anything. They don't do anything. And here's the thing: it doesn't hurt.
What?
It literally feels uncomfortable. The pain that I'm feeling right now in my mouth, I would describe as the pain I think you should feel if you got a tooth ripped out of your face. Like that's an intense operation, pretty much. Fucking pulling it out.
Yeah.
And so it's just a little uncomfortable.
Damn.
But apparently I got a dry socket. I went in a week later. It happened 8 days ago now, so I went in yesterday.
Nice.
Because I was like, hey, I was there 7 days ago and I got my tooth pulled, and it still don't really feel right, you know? It still feels a little uncomfortable. But I don't think it's a dry socket, you know, because I've heard it's supposed to hurt.
Yeah.
But I got there and they're like, no, you have a dry socket.
Jesus.
And I was like, okay, I mean, do we do anything? They're like, no, there's nothing to do anymore now that you've done it either. Like, now that you did it, there's nothing to do. It's just got to heal. Because it would have healed over a blood clot.
You don't have any mouth neosporin? Like something to
They
accelerate
gave me
the process.
They gave me a little fucking syringe with a cute little spout so I can squirt salt water down in the hole, in my little mouth hole.
That probably feels good.
Probably, yeah. I haven't did it yet.
That's good.
Very unhealthy.
Very good.
But
Keeping it clean.
It doesn't really feel that bad. I brush my teeth, but it's fucking. I'm not doing the fucking mouth thing yet.
There was this one guy. He just said it on a podcast, so I can say it. This guy Boogie, it was like this YouTuber from years ago. He did this podcast. He said that he used to just do mouthwash, Listerine. He would never brush his teeth.
I mean,
Isn't that crazy?
that's funny. I like that. I like that he's like loophole.
Dude,
why would I brush my teeth when I can just drink the act of brushing my teeth? It's
So
like people who
fucking
who are like, no, I only drink smoothies. I don't eat like.
I only drink smoothie. Dude, I wish I did that shit. I would need vitamins too. Do you take vitamins?
No. Do you have a thyroid problem by any chance? I ask because you're skinny. I have a thyroid problem.
I may do. I ate 27 Dino Nuggets the other day. I'm skinny.
Yeah, dude. I eat a lot.
Yeah.
I eat an ass load.
So how do I tell if I have a thyroid issue?
You'd have to go get a blood check from the doctor. But I have a hyperactive thyroid, which speeds up my metabolism. I'm shitting a few times a day.
Jesus. You got to eat like 60 ounces of steak every day or something.
I eat a lot, kind of. But what's it called? None of it's really that healthy. It's usually all fast food.
Dude,
but what's it called?
That.
Fucking. I'm supposed to take like vitamins.
Yeah.
I need to take vitamins because I'm not gaining things from food.
Yeah, because
like if I eat oranges, I get less vitamin C than a normal person gets.
Oh no.
Because it goes fucking through.
Damn.
It doesn't sit, and my body doesn't process the vitamin C.
That's interesting. That's fucked up.
I might have explained it a little bit wrong, but that's pretty much exactly what happens.
I understand. I mean, I take a lot of shits. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But
I also have one giant testicle.
One giant.
I have 2 balls, but one's big.
Dude, that's fucking I'm going to tell you something that's crazy. We're fucking testy bros.
You got the big ball.
I got the big ball.
I said it to take a shot. I said it because I was like, if maybe he's got the thyroid thing, let's bring up the big ball.
Do we have fucking
Is it
thyroid
gross?
issues?
No. So it looks like the normal ball because mine's kind of gross. Mine looks like essentially like there's a popcorn kernel and then there's a piece of popcorn.
Wow.
That's what my balls look like.
No, mine's like 100% ball, 70% ball. So it's not like
What's it called? I know what my problem is too, though. I have it's a varicose vein is in my testicle.
That's crazy.
Right?
I don't know what that means.
It just means it's a ruptured blood vessel in my testicle. And the cum that comes out of that ball doesn't work anymore.
Damn.
I could get the varicose vein removed, but if I might just get another one.
You can just.
So I just have a big ball. I just have a big ball and it's a little lumpy on the one side.
That's fucking crazy. I knew this one guy with 3 balls. How crazy!
I love that. I want to meet him.
He had 3 balls. One was in the middle. Dude, there's so much.
One was in the middle.
There's so much weird anomalies in the world. People can be born with a dick and a vagina.
I mean, yeah,
They're born with that.
I'd say that's the surface of the weird shit people are born. We got Siamese twins, man. People being born with extra parts is not as crazy as people being born with extra people connected to them.
Oh, that would suck. Dude, imagine just looking like, what would you do? Would you kill yourself or would you kill them? Like,
I don't know what I'd do. Honestly, because you start out as a baby. So right now, if I got conjoined to somebody, yeah, shooting myself.
Just morph.
I'm gonna
like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna try and shoot myself this way too, so it goes through both our heads. It'll kill
with
both of
the
us.
shotgun.
Yeah. But if I was born a Siamese twin, who's to say I wouldn't have become great friends with that guy?
Yeah, or maybe we enjoy it.
But I did see recently on the news a set of Siamese twins that was so conjoined that it was just a person with 4 legs.
Okay, so
right.
Literally?
Yep, it was just a baby who had 4 legs.
That's going to be a fast motherfucker.
They got to get rid of them.
No.
I think they did. I think they got rid of them. I agree with you. I agree with you.
No.
I agree with you.
They got rid of it?
It's indicative of the fact that we did not evolve from neither monkeys or dolphins, but squids.
Bro. Dude, they got rid of him? That's like a Guinness World
If anything,
record.
they really should have just put him down and saved his skeleton.
No, man, they need to let that motherfucker grow and win the Olympics. The special.
Is that legal? If you're
he
born
could
with
run
a third
in the
limb,
Special Olympics for sure.
First of all, we don't know
special.
how we don't know if this baby would have been on the spectrum.
Well, but it's special, is it not?
That is special. So I don't know because the Special Olympics is for mentally disabled people, correct? Or is it for
I don't know.
Fully?
Well, then why isn't it called Mentally Disabled Olympics?
You're right. It's all around special people.
It should be a full.
Because what I want to know is, could that guy compete in the normal Olympics? In the Olympics, could that guy go and be like, I got it for sure?
I think so, but they may think it's cheating.
Yeah, I think America, if there was another team that had a baby, an adult with 4 legs, and they were like, yeah, look out for us this year.
Yeah, China.
We for sure would pull some. We'd be like, no. We're not going to let you do that shit.
No, like a 4 legs. China, no, you can't run with 4 legs.
Yeah.
Russia, with the fucking nuclear meltdown, they're just pumping out 4-leg babies. Imagine 4 arms. You can bench so much with 4 arms. Yeah. Fuck that shit.
Imagine how far you could throw something with 4 arms.
I wish that we knew if the legs got chopped off, but that's okay. They probably did.
No, I mean, it's safe to say, because I don't think that the legs were where you think that they were. I'm pretty sure they didn't. They weren't in a working condition that he would have been able to walk like Squidward from SpongeBob, with 2 connected or something like that. I'm pretty sure they might have been coming out of his fucking fucking his shoulders or something like that. Yeah.
It's almost better though, because now you can do cartwheels.
Because that's also cool. You can totally stand. That's very funny,
dude. This guy. Wait a minute though. He had control of the legs.
Maybe
he would have.
Maybe
you got it.
You don't know.
This is a test experiment that has
you could have
to
a
be
whole ass I do. I have heard of people who are born with extra fingers.
Oh my god,
and
toes?
It's dead as fuck. It's dead. You're not allowed to move your 6th finger.
Well, surely you can learn.
I don't think so. I think it's dead because there's no joint connected to it.
That's fucking. You could probably have surgery that. I don't know.
Build a joint in between here and there. I don't know.
You think? Wait, with all this trans shit, do you think that we could add extra digits to our hands, just for fucks, just for shits and gigs,
and an extra bend,
or no, an extra couple
bring
fingers,
up a knuckle. Oh,
or you could, if you have a thing about your finger being.
My buddy Blake and I talk about what robot body parts we would want a lot.
Oh
as far
Jay
as
and
things
I
like
talk
that
about
go.
this all the time.
So I don't know if the transgender operation surgeries are gonna affect it at all, but I think Aren't I able to make myself shorter? Somebody's told me that I can. Like if I'm uncomfortable with how tall I am, I can go have them like whittle off from under, like they go under my foot or something. Yeah. That's insane. And it's honestly the way that your confidence and absolutely really upsets me with I don't like that.
Do you know what they do for me? Because I'm short guy. You know what
they have
do
to
for
grow
me?
you.
Yeah. They break my legs in half and put titanium steel to whatever inches I desire. They literally go.
And then what do they do with your body? They have to stretch you. They have to.
It's just the legs they make longer. It's just the legs. They skin graft.
Well, they have to stretch the leg really then because
it's very nuanced.
Because if it's like you're putting it, the leg is this long, right? And so then
where's all the extra meat go? There's more
meat. You gotta
meat.
fucking
you gotta have more meat.
Pull it open, put the bar in there, and then just leave it like that. Because otherwise, when you break it, you can push it back into this way, right? It's the perfect amount of space.
Yeah.
You have to pull it out to fit the extra inches.
Yeah, and then put it back.
Well, if anything, when you let go, it would just stay.
Yeah, I don't. Dude, listen, I didn't get to the operation, but I think we're on to it. I don't know. I don't know where the extra meat goes though. Because what if I want to go?
It'll fill itself in, and your body will produce shit, surely. But what I'm worried about is the fact that if you broke my finger,
okay, let me try to think about
without cutting it all the way in half, just like that.
Yeah.
If you just broke it, and there's still flesh and skin and everything all right here, you'd have to cut it open, stretch it out, and insert. Like a paper clip or something.
I see what you're saying. I think they fucking go and they fucking karate chop that shit in half.
They really cut my whole leg off really quick.
I think so.
Like right quick, they're going to cut off both my legs at the same place. That's insane.
I think so.
That makes it even crazier.
I think so. I don't know, but I think so.
Wow, you got to be under for that one. You can't just ask for laughing gas on that surgery.
Oh my God, dude. With my wisdom teeth, they didn't give me... They fucked me up. They did the laughing gas, but I was so high, I was having a panic attack.
They left you awake when you got your wisdom teeth pulled?
Bro, it gets worse, bro. So I had the gas. I was like, I can't do it. Like, I'm about to have a heart attack, motherfucker. Like, stop the gas. And they were like, what's going on with this guy? And so I'm like, the gas. They stop it. I take the fucking thing up. I'm like, no, I can't do that. Like, I'm freaking out with that shit. They're like, all right, fine. We just won't do gas. I was like, whoa. What do you mean? Yeah, blah, 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 blah. They did the shots, and they just ripped my teeth out while I was awake, man.
Yeah. Well, I hate the shots. I hate those numb in your face shots.
Yeah, your eyes just kind of go
That's the worst, dude. And then like for like 3 hours after the dentist, I'm just like,
yeah.
I feel like it feels like swollen, like they did like a heavy operation, but they didn't.
Have you ever done Percocet?
No.
Well, it's very similar.
Really?
But, like your whole body feels like that.
I don't like that at all, dude.
So the only thing about Percocet is that it'll be a little tingly as well.
Oh, that I might be able to dig that.
And then that's why the fucking people will itch.
Okay.
It's fucked up, dude. I used to be a drug addict. I'm not anymore, but that's why I'm try to become a comedian.
Yeah, I mean, most comedians have degeneracy in their blood a little bit. It's like you're gonna lean somewhere. Yeah.
It's come straight from the Polackism.
But I mean, it's also this area. You live in what neighborhood? Pretty much.
Warren.
What neighborhood you grow up in? Yep, Warren. Exactly, 100%. You're just a little white kid from Warren. You're gonna walk around doing pills.
Just a pilly.
Yeah.
It's okay. Nothing wrong with being a little silly pilly.
Yeah, no, it's Metro Detroit. There's kids like this all over. I was exactly the same way. It's just dirtbag kids. Like,
oh my God, such douchebags. I had
like
friends
walking around in like a fucking Carhartt hoodie, a pair of sweatpants falling down, and like a Steelers hat half on their head. Like that's most of Metro Detroit kids just walking around like with like a fucking 2-liter bottle of like Faygo to chase whatever whiskey they've got walking around with.
I had a friend that would rob cars with machetes. He would go, break the window, unlock, and then just rob the car.
He didn't need the machete to do that.
He was,
Is that for self-defense in case he got caught?
No, it was to simply break the window.
Use anything else, dude. You don't need to carry around the machete with you.
That was the drugs, man.
Okay, I guess so.
And he would hit like 14 cars, all in his neighborhood. That's how the pills affect your brain. You're not even a human anymore. You turn into a pill. Man. You're just a walking pill.
I've never done like pills or anything like that. Big on acid though. I haven't done it in a really long time, but for a while I was just like heavily tripping on acid, and I still advocate for it being totally dope.
I love it.
Yeah, acid's the best.
One of my favorite acid trips was during December when like the people put their lights up outside, and there's neighborhoods with their whole neighborhood is just the fucking lights, and we're walking, just tripping balls on acid. You're just like, we're trying to record it. You're like, man, it's gonna be so dope tomorrow. Totally not dope tomorrow.
And just totally oh yeah, dude, I've done that on acid. Like I've been like,
yeah,
it's so beautiful,
cool.
and like taking a picture, and then just looked at my phone.
You're
like,
what
picture? Why did I take a picture of this alley?
Yeah, man. But in real life, like Mario's there.
I was like,
shit.
Man, that would look like a great album cover. I should take a picture of that right now.
Yeah.
She's like, why did I just take a picture of the tree in my front yard? Why did I just?
It's a great album cover.
It's like an awful picture.
I have
it's like,
that thought like almost every day. That would be a great album cover.
Yeah.
The fucking band name. Oh, fuck that. Oh, my God. Did you do music? And said your brothers did music.
My brothers are both really talented with music, but I've never learned a thing.
Did they get paid for the music?
No. They just did. Also, they play it on their own time. Yeah. They're both like scientists and then like coder.
People. Well, not the scientist part.
Yeah, but they play guitar all the time at home and stuff.
What the fuck, dude? What kind of science is he doing? Like
he's like a plant scientist and stuff.
Botanist.
Botanist.
That's
and then he did Peace Corps for a couple years down in Mexico.
Peace Corps. Totally know what that is.
Yep. It's like sciencey people, really just people with degrees in something that a country that is a impoverished country might need help with. Okay. America sends college graduates over to help like build a school. What Nick was doing was helping them like with their water system, I think, or I don't really know.
Damn, tell them to come to Flint, man.
What's it called?
Tell them to come to Flint.
Yeah. I don't. That problem blows my mind.
I know.
I'm like, how the fuck is no one on that?
Check this out. I know. And then like the bills go to like the president, and he's like, I think we're not gonna do this one yet. We're just gonna those people can live without showers, right?
Well, literally, it's mind blowing that no one touches Flint water. Like no one with is like, no. Yeah, hey, Flint still doesn't have water, guys.
Yeah,
years.
Yeah.
A really long time without water.
It's probably, I wonder how long it's been. I mean, it feels like a decade, maybe longer. Very interesting.
Dude, here's the thing is, I don't really remember that water ever being good, though.
Me neither.
I was a little kid. My grandparents live up in Flint. I remember the water always like smelling super bad,
Well, it was always lead. It was always lead pipes. So the water's like always been
It's
bad.
just gross. It's just gross, and it doesn't make any sense that it's not been spoken about. And that's my take on politics. That's all I know about politics is Flint water.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a politician by any means. I don't understand the shit.
I am so uninvolved in any conversation about politics.
I'm more interested in like philosophy of like the mind and the way we live as humans.
Yeah, I'd say that I am too, between the two for sure. Yeah, I've been so turned off to politics my entire life.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, it seems so unfun.
Seems so untrustworthy.
Yeah.
It's just like, wait, I don't like this feeling that I get while I'm...
Well, because being into politics, it's worse than being into sports,
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, you're just always upset. Yeah, if you're really into politics, you're just always pissed.
Yeah, same with the Lions fan.
Yeah, but I mean, at least with sports fans can win sometimes and go celebrate in the jersey. Even if your team wins, you're still pissed off about whatever the other side is saying about the win, or like it's really upsetting to be involved in politics.
Or the person that won really lied and isn't doing any of the shit that they want. It got elected.
There's no moment of happiness for either side in politics.
I don't think much either, but I don't really pay too much attention. I think it's a part of being young. I feel like once we get into like our 30s and stuff, we'll be like, politics.
I said that when I was a kid. I was always like, why did like when I was in like high school and stuff, I was like, I hate that everybody around me is pretending like they know what they're talking about as far as politics goes.
Oh my God, that was so annoying in high school.
We're in high school. I know for a fact you guys are just saying the shit your parents said.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that's what it is. So,
I feel that.
And in high school, I thought I was like, maybe when I turn 18 or grow up a little bit, I'll start caring. And I still don't. I still to right now don't give a shit. And I am really starting to think that maybe someday I never will. I don't think I ever will give a shit.
That is a possibility. But, like, I wonder, whatever. I just wonder about, like, how do you even make a difference? Like, yeah, you vote, but, like, I mean, it's just so complicated, man.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming to the point where this is all like I have nothing even to say at this point in our conversation about politics.
Me neither.
Really never paid attention to it my entire life.
Fuck. Do you want to have you ever been so like I have dreams of either directing a movie or like directing or being like in a movie or some sort of any kind, just to like at least try it out, at least try to audition and stuff. Do you have any other like dreams and shit that you want to do, but that are kind of related to comedy, but like a cousin to it? You know what I mean? That it can still progress your career. But
I am really only into comedy.
Oh shit!
Stand-up's my only thing.
What's up?
Really. However, I do enjoy podcasting. You know, I've been.
Yeah. Do you have one of your own?
Yeah, I do. It's really
What's it
like
named?
bullshit. It's just called Whorehouse.
Whorehouse?
It's usually just me and my friend Nathan or my friend
Okay.
Chris riffing.
Sure.
Sometimes I do. I rip off Pete Holmes or Mark Maron's podcast and
Okay.
just do an interview with another stand-up.
Sure.
All about comedy.
Yeah.
So I really do like doing radio and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've done a podcast every day for the last like 5 days, and I love it. I've been going to Lansing. I did Steph's. I did 8 EJs.
Yeah. That's sweet.
What's it called? So I do love doing that. Primarily, I want to be a sets guy. I'd love to live in New York and get to do like several 15-minute sets every single night and live that way through that and podcasting.
That'd be so sweet.
However, I also would like to maybe write something. I do write scripts a lot.
Yeah, it's good practice. I like
and I do it
fun.
solely only for practice. I don't show anybody.
Oh yeah.
What's important to me is jokes per minute in movies and TV shows. And so I try to rewrite my scripts and just put as many jokes on one page as humanly possible.
Interesting.
And so that way, if I am involved in a real writing, like a writer's room,
Yeah.
I have the muscles worked out a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like something you'd be like, I've never done this before. Let's figure this out.
Yeah.
Even though you haven't done it like professionally, you've still done a shit ton of it. So you're at least gonna be like,
Yeah.
Here you go. Oh wow, this guy actually has something to offer. Like,
So,
let's go.
Yeah, primarily I do really only love doing stand-up, but I would also love it. I would really love it. It'd be cool as fuck if like one of my best friends, like co-host of my podcast, Nathan, if he like wrote a TV show and was like, hey, I want you in the writer's room. I'd love to be like a writer for Workaholics type thing or something
That'd
like
be
that,
sweet.
you know? But my own kind of thing, I don't have dreams of being a star, period. I don't have dreams of like fame. I don't want to be Kevin Hart as far as stand-up goes at all. I don't want to be like anything too big. I like sets. I like the idea that I get to go to multiple sets. Like I said, I like being around comedy and comics at nighttime. I don't want to tour and be alone all the time. I want to go to comedy clubs and see all my friends every night.
Yeah. I think I would rather like I just love filming. Like I've done YouTube for a few years. So that's why the director shit really interests me. Is just like I just love that whole aspect of the thing. I just want to at least experience it at least once.
Yeah.
Just to try.
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to be on screen. I'd never say no to it, you know. I'm not like I'm not like nah, I'm a stand-up. Can't say
But
I'm a loser right now, so of course I'll say yes if I were to get anything, but I want to.
I actually really appreciate your point of view though, because it's fresh, you know?
Yeah.
It really is, and it's honest. You can tell because I don't know, it just feels like you know at least what you want and shit like that, because I don't know, it can be interesting. I mean, dude, that sounds like a great life to me too. I think what I want is just to know inside myself that I'm a good comic, like I'm a funny comic. And I don't know what will make that happen, what I'll have to do to make that feeling come true.
I know what you mean.
I just hope that one day it does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to say things like that, it's like I do really know what I want. Yeah. And I'm on record, you know, on my podcast and like other people, you know, I say it all the time. I'm very fortunate to be kind of young and actually have figured out I do know what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I want out of my life. I know how to go after it, and I'm in the middle of going after it. So I am privileged in that way to have figured it out.
I feel
quote unquote figured it out. I'm a poor 24-year-old loser, but I know what I want. And so I do know what you mean about that, but I still don't. Like, cuz I also would love to be in a movie. Who wouldn't love it? Who wouldn't love it? As even though that's not my idea of what my dream is.
Yeah.
However, it's like, what am I not going to be, Spider-Man? If I'm a big comedian and someone's like, "Do you want to be Spider-Man?" What? Of course I want to be in a movie.
Yeah.
So a little bit of me is like scared of the future for sure, because I don't necessarily know what I'm doing, but I do kind of know what I want.
I feel like very similar. I feel very similar. Like,
well, the fact that you like comedy is more than most people have.
Yeah.
Most people are robots who've listened to their parents the whole time. Yeah. They're getting out of college and stuff like that. They just get an apartment and they watch Netflix. They don't know how to start doing comedy and stuff like that, or they fucking Twitch stream. 70% of the male population is Twitch streamers now. No one knows what they want. No one has any drive to do anything, really. So the fact that you like comedy is a leg up on most people as is.
I give a lot of props to my parents because it was just like kind of the way they lived their life. And, they taught me, because this is obviously their shit, like their zoo and shit. Yeah. So what they taught me is, especially my dad, because he was the dreamer. My mom was the, like, fixer-upper, like the support group. You know what I'm saying? She's very crucial, but my dad was the big dreamer. And what they taught me was that you can achieve your dreams, because I know it's weird to a lot of people because they're such big fans of my dad. But to me, it's just my dad. Like, we share the same DNA. Like, he's just another human. Yeah. And so it's just like, oh, he just busted his ass since he was 17 till present day going on. And that's how he is living his dream. He didn't achieve his dream yet. It's not over. He is living it. Yeah.
And your dad seems like a happy guy.
Yeah. Well, in moments like, and he still struggles. He's very open about his mental health and stuff. And he has hard times. But yeah, when everything is normal, it's
He's doing what he wants to do.
Exactly.
He built his world.
And that is what the best version of life is like, man, I don't know if it'll ever like be done. As long as we're on the road, that is the win. Yeah. And so that's what you're saying is like we're good. Like, we're chilling in a way. Like, it's hard work and we're going to have to bust our ass.
But at least I know what I'm going for.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. It's a very beautiful thing, because I remember being in high school and just being so lost and just... Yeah, and that's what... Scared. And that's what drove me to try and find what I love now, is because it's my fear and confusion. And
I can relate to that 100%. I told somebody, Steph asked me on her podcast the other day, what's the drive or motivation? It's fear. Because I failed. Definitely. I failed all the way through high school. Didn't graduate.
I don't know how I did.
There's no other hope for me. So every jump that I make, moving out to the West Coast and stuff like that, living in the van, even though I lost the place to stay doing comedy, it's all out of fear that if I don't take these chances, if I don't gamble, it's not gonna fall in my lap. So I gotta go do it.
I feel that.
And what's it called? I had a second point about that. You referencing high school and stuff like that. Yeah. But it doesn't matter too big. Because I basically got it. It's like knowing what you want to do is a leg up. This is it. I'd rather fail, at what I'm doing. Yeah. I'd rather fail at what I'm doing knowing I'm going after it than just manage a GameStop and go home at night. I don't know. Yeah. I can't live that kind of a life. At least I will drive 4 hours and 30 minutes to go bomb and go back to San Diego because I have work in the morning. Yeah. And with a smile on my face. Because I'd rather do that than fucking work at GameStop or something. At GameStop's where my brain always goes because I'm an idiot and I can't even fathom a real job.
I've worked so many of those fucking shitty jobs, man. I worked at the shoe store and we get robbed constantly.
Who's robbing the shoe store?
Dude, everybody's robbing this shoe store. Our job wouldn't even be making money. We were losing money.
Your job was making police reports about stolen shoes. You got paid minimum wage to call the cops.
And I was just like, I'm done with this shit.
How did they rob you? Did they come in guns a-blazing, or did they just steal shit? They just took shit.
Proficient planning and precision with their placement of people. They would come in with like 10 people in a string, like at various times. They would take up all the employees' attention, every single one of them, with a different person. And then there would be a guy placing shoes and shirts in front of the pillar in front of the store. And then there would be a guy, 2 people buying shoes, right? And then they're like, can I have a bigger bag? They have big ass bag. We're like, yeah, you can have a bigger bag.
And then they just all sprint the fuck out?
No. Then they're very nonchalant. Everyone's talking. It's very organized. Everyone's talking. Some people buy little stuff. They all go in the front of the store. And before they leave, they grab shit from the pile and they put it in the bigger bag. And then walk out with like thousands and thousands of dollars of unbought shit. And everybody would be distracted. It was like Ocean's 11 type shit.
That's very cool.
And I was like, dude, I can't be doing this shit. We're getting
What, no alarm?
No alarm. Dude, this was the one on is it Gratiot? Macomb? Is that Macomb Mall?
Macomb Mall? You worked at like Journeys?
No, it was
Foot Locker?
It was Foot Action. It wasn't. I didn't want to work at Foot Locker because they made you wear the fucking
referee shirt.
But Foot
Action, you could wear like a flannel, yeah.
You could wear whatever you wanted. They didn't care. As long as that you were wearing shoes like Jordans that you could buy in the store, that's all they cared about.
That's so funny.
And I was just like, dude, there would be people walking in with I don't even know if that's legal. They would have like their guns in their waistband.
Yeah, Macomb Mall is a crazy place.
I'm just like, I don't really know if this is the environment that I need to be working in.
Yeah, I grew up just walking through Macomb Mall like all day long. Like I'd spend a full day in Macomb Mall because I just didn't want. Like
I used to live over there. Yeah,
I had like nowhere really to go, and it would be like a hot summer day, and so I just walk through Macomb Mall for 6 to 7 hours.
Buy some pretzels.
Yeah, get a Wetzel. Get a Wetzel pretzel.
Wetzel pretzel, bro. Fuck yeah. The cinnamon sugar slap. Ooh.
I was constantly stealing from like Hot Topic and H&M and shit like that.
Oh man,
I went there back when there was a movie theater there and shit like that.
Oh, was that the Dollar?
Yeah, it was the Dollar Theater. Yeah. I was seeing movies all the time, and they had this place next to the movie theater in the mall where it was like a survey place.
Okay.
And these people would walk around and be like, "Hey, do you want to take a survey really quick?" It pays like sometimes like $6 to like $27 or something like that.
Damn.
And usually you just watch like movie trailers for upcoming movies and stuff like that, and like
survey,
rate them, survey them, say whether you'd go see it or not.
Damn.
And you were only supposed to be able to do like once every few months, but the survey people really didn't have that many people to survey.
So
they constantly just had like me, my buddy Blake, just like going in with fake names, watching movie trailers, getting paid, going next door.
My aunt used to take me to that Dollar movie all the time.
Yeah.
And we'd fucking, she was fucking super cheapskate. We're going to the Dollar movies. We're hitting the dollar store before. Come on, grab the fucking candy, throw it in there, whatever you want. We have so much shit in there. We fucking go to the Dollar movie. I was so sad when that place got shut down. All the memories.
I
forgot about that place.
That was one of my favorite places to be, was that Dollar Theater.
I remember that arcade too.
Yep,
oh
right
my
next
God.
to it.
They had a good arcade, at least for as a kid. I remember.
They had an Ice Age 1 cutout up until the day they closed. Like like the first Ice Age.
Fuck. Good time. There was a Coney Island right over there. We used to stop by the Coney Island.
Yep.
Fuck, man.
Macomb Mall used to rock.
Good times. So, what are you doing tonight?
Tonight, I'm going to, right after here, I'm going to Dooley's, then Trixie's, then Woodward Bistro.
Woodward. Yeah. I really want to do a couple mics, but I think I'm going to fucking sleep.
Yep.
I think I'm just going to fucking sleep, man.
Yep, you got to sleep sometimes.
It sucks to like do because I really want to try some shit, but
bodies need to recharge.
Yeah, I think I just am going to fucking take a nap, man. You leave Thursday?
No, Wednesday. I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh shit!
I'm just taking off tomorrow.
Flight?
No, my friends are on a tour already.
Oh shit!
They're coming up through here. They're probably very close, whether they're here or not. I'm not sure. No, they're probably gonna be another like half hour maybe. But they're on their way. Either way, they're on their way here, and I'm just jumping in the car with them and going on the rest of their tour and back to San Diego.
So their tour, are they like performing at shows or something?
Yep, breweries and stuff.
Breweries? They're the musicians.
No, we're comedians.
Oh, comedians.
Yeah, this is comics.
I'm sorry. I thought I was listening.
Nope, these are my roommates in San Diego, pretty much.
Shit. Okay, that's fucking awesome. Oh man. So what's kind of route are you taking? Are you going like south?
I only know. I don't know the route because I didn't even ask them really. I know I'm just hopping on their shit. I know we're going to Wisconsin after here, but where else? I don't know. It's gonna take like a week probably for us to get back, maybe a little bit more.
That's fucking awesome. I'm in September. I'm flying out to California. My friend, he's like, I don't know if the word's retired, but he's getting like out of the service.
Okay.
And so I'm going out there, and then we're gonna drive.
So that means
back
San Diego
here.
Probably, maybe, right?
Could be. I'm not too sure, but I know.
I mean, there's a lot of military in San Diego, and not a lot in the rest of this. I mean, there's a lot everywhere, but it's very concentrated in San Diego.
If I'll see where we're at, and I mean, if we're in the same place, I'll let you know.
When you say military in California, it usually means a place called Coronado.
Could be.
Which is in San Diego. If you're around, come to Madhouse, and I'll happily take care of you.
Yeah, that'll be sweet. And then we're driving all the way back here. We never been. Both of us never been to Colorado, so we're gonna go fucking up north to Colorado.
Colorado's nice. I lived there for a few years.
Did
I was a baby, but
okay.
I was like 6 to 10 maybe.
6 to 10, smoking. They had good weed.
Yeah, smoking the good weed. Yeah, right before first grade. That's why I failed third grade.
Dude, what was your GPA? You said that you failed. What was your GPA?
It's crazy that you ask. It was a 0.9. I found it yesterday in my transcript because I was packing stuff up. I got a 0.9.
I feel you. I was rocking that 0 point as well. Dude, don't you feel like we should have been in like a different type of school?
I ended up in one. I got expelled from Lakeview, and I graduated from North Lake.
North Lake.
Yep, the alternative school.
I don't even know. I'm talking like, I wish I was in a fucking school or I don't know what we did. Like,
what you mean? You want to go to like a dancing school, like a performance arts school?
Yeah, like a ballerina.
Yeah, because I like what North Lake was. Do you know what an alternative school is?
No.
Oh, it's it's the school that is exclusively for kids who have been kicked out of school, dropped out, and then are coming back, or like troubled kids. People who are like in trouble with the law and stuff. Yeah. Even like there are people who are on probation and in high school at North Lake.
Yeah.
Because that's the only option other than going to jail.
Nice.
So North Lake, they just don't care. It's just like pretty much you got to come in. They're like, answer the questions on this page in your textbook, and then we're gonna go over them at the end of the hour.
Yeah.
And then you'll turn it in.
Fuck.
So it's like he gives you an hour to just hang out, and then they give you all the answers, and you turn it in. And that's how you graduate school. And that's how I graduated school. I ended up just going there.
That's doesn't seem smart. Or like, what the fuck? Why are they doing that?
Because they know that the system's not for these types of kids. The system's not for, like, you failed, right?
Yeah.
It's not for us.
Yeah,
that bullshit system is not for people like us. The school system really makes me angry.
Me too.
I really, really hate the education system, public schools and things like that.
Too.
They really try to cram every shape of peg through the same shape of hole.
Yeah.
You can't fit a square through a circle.
Yeah.
And that's what they were trying to do with kids like us. And so kids like us need to go to an alternative school where they give you real options. Yeah. When you're a senior at an alternative school, they're like, I don't know, you fuck with construction, cars, what's good? Like,
yeah.
Because it's not college. Hardly anyone goes from alternative school to not a community college. No one goes to a university after alternative school. It's not for kids who the system is for them. It's for kids to get their diploma so that way they're not fucked forever. It's because it's technically a loophole. I do feel like I cheated to get my diploma by going there.
I did,
but
because I got expelled from my school.
And you went to online probably,
and I had it was easy as fuck. So easy. Google answers.
Yep.
And
but it's like sort of a loophole in a sense where they recognize that the importance of a diploma and shit is unnecessary. So they're just giving them away so that I'm not fucked. And I appreciate that.
I do too.
I don't need my diploma, but if I wanted it, I might need it. If I wanted to go to college, I might fucking need it.
That is true.
So it's like, it's nice that they're like, well, we don't want you to be fucked. We don't want your life to be fucked without a diploma. So we'll just pretty much give them away to these kids and help them get a jump start in their real lives. They let me take, the reason I got mainly expelled from Lakeview, I had just taken like 10 days off in a row. All of them I was working at Jimmy John's. I was going to work. They called me while I was at work and expelled me. And I told the new high school, North Lake, I was like, hey, by the way, I have shifts at Jimmy John's at 11 a.m. Yeah. And they're like, that's fine. Yeah. Go get your money. Go be an adult. Like, go work,
Yeah. The I remember I forgot what I was gonna say. I did the online shit, and at graduation, I remember there was a guy next to me. They literally was offering me Coke. They went to the bathroom. They did some.
That's so fucking rad, dude. My prom was like a goddamn party. My prom was a night at the club because I was in high school. My graduating class was like primarily people in their 20s because it was for people going back to school.
So for this is high school.
I was 19, so it was primarily people. Like there was like 26 to like like 29-year-olds there and stuff like that. It was just a party. My prom was just a pardy.
29-year-olds in high school.
They were at my prom. It's a continuation school. It's like if you got kicked out of high school, you can go back.
Go back.
You can go back and get your diploma.
Wow.
Not a GED. You go back and get your diploma.
That's interesting. That's fucking crazy. I remember they came back. They were just dripping sweat. I was like, wait, I've never done coke. I'm just like, that shit does not look fun. You're fucking sweating through your fucking thing. Imagine, dude, that's gonna suck for that guy if he survives and looks back at his high school walking pictures and just seeing them all coked out. Like, dude, it's gonna fucking
just
suck.
all sweaty and wet. You know, and just holding the diploma all wet.
That's like every day we're faced with like decisions, right? That day I could have said yes, and that day
you could have taken a bad picture.
Well, dude, who knows what my life would have been after that? That shit, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Just like, and that's like that's what we're trying to do is we're trying to walk through our life and we're trying to just make the right decisions now. Like I'm trying not to take this life as a joke anymore like I was in high school.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, we're on this quest and I got to answer right. Like when a text bubble pops up in a video game, you got 3 choices. Trying to make the right choice to win the video game.
To get to your finish line.
Yeah.
The finish line that you imagine for yourself.
And I think that there are right choices that lead you to the path. I don't think that there are...
And there's wrong choices that will set you back. So let's say that the ending of the video game is, being a respected comedian like you say that you want. Now there's a level where you're a host and you get 3 options. One option is to... make a jab at the comedian who just got off stage, or a comedian was just heckled and lost. Let's say that's the level. You're the host, and the comedian who's on stage right now is getting heckled and is losing to the heckler. It's just embarrassing for the comedian who's on stage. As the host, you can either go out and tell the guy to be quiet, make fun of him for not being able to handle it, or pretend it didn't happen. Only one of them's wrong. Pretending it didn't happen is wrong to do, but that'll set you back because you didn't earn those points from making fun of the guy or making fun of what's going on or as we were talking about earlier, breaking the tension in the correct way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, that's exactly what you said. That's the analogy that I tried to create.
No, it was perfect. It was perfect. And it was, that was perfect. And it's just crazy how many choices we have to make on an every
single
basis.
Day. It's like, do I even go? Like you're making the choice right now. Do I go or do I go to sleep? Do I go to the mic? Which mic do I go to if I am going to go to one of the mics, or do I just go to sleep?
Yeah.
In which order do I do things?
Man, that's fucking crazy. It's why people don't do anything. It's why people just...
It's overwhelming.
It is. It is fucking... Jesus Christ. Why'd they make us have to get a full 8? Why'd they do that to us? Why couldn't they just do like a quick 2? If we just could just do like naps and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Like 15...
You mean for sleep? I thought you were talking about minutes on stage for comedy.
No. Sorry.
Whoever they is and why they made it so we require 8 full hours, that's obnoxious. That's annoying. That's a third of the day.
It was the little kid in the sky. Me and Jay, that's what we say. There's a little kid that programmed us. Just like Sims. We're just little Sims.
Just needs too much sleep.
He just went into the settings. 8 hours. This world's going to be 8 hours. And just fucking safe.
This world's going to be 8 hours. On to the next world, never looking back at that world again.
Doesn't that suck? What if that was real?
Yeah, because we're just a dummy world. We're a failed world. We're one where he's like, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to I'm not going back there. I'm not create new world. And we've just been left to our own devices for so long.
Jeez. That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's I can understand why some people can go crazy because there's truly so much. And like some people can't hone their mind. I can understand how you can lose it.
Yeah.
It's very understandable because, Jesus, man. Some days, like, I know it's the weirdest thing, but some days I'll definitely have breakdowns and I'll just be like fucking crying or something. And I'm just like, man, what the fuck is going on with my life right now? Like, what am I doing? But I feel like those moments are when I gather myself together and be like, all right, motherfucker, this is what's got to happen.
Yep.
And it's just,
you make moves when you're scared.
And there's definitely people out there that they never like break down and they never reevaluate what's going on.
Yeah, they don't scare themselves. They don't get uncomfortable. There's nothing more uncomfortable than starting stand-up comedy. It's so fucking obnoxiously difficult to get into without being like scared out of it. You know?
I remember it felt like going skydiving. I never went skydiving, but the day I was supposed to, it got canceled. And that day, the fear in my life was the same as the day I tried stand-up for the first time.
Yeah.
I remember I was sweating profusely. I mean, dude, like inside of my body, I was just like sweating. And I would just look at the floor and close my eyes for the whole set.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's just you go out, you sit alone, you bomb, you go home. That's fucking horrible.
I didn't really mind, like...
I hated it.
I don't mind the sitting alone part. Like, I'm always alone. Like, I like being alone.
Okay.
Like, I heard this thing the other day. I don't know if it's true at all, but I'm the youngest child, and supposedly that's kind of like common for a youngest child is to like be alone. But it's just true. Like, I love being by myself and stuff. So I don't know. I didn't mind at first. I kind of yeah, I still like it. Like, I don't need to be around people. Do you feel like you want to?
Well, I'm going to relate to you. I am the youngest of three boys. I do. I just got into an argument with the family the other day because I was like, it's not that I don't want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
I would like to be alone for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I would like, I don't want to play video games in the living room where you guys can talk to me and be annoying as fuck. I want to listen to one podcast start to finish without pausing it and play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And then I'll be that's like a cigarette for me. Like that's like a reset. It does feel good to do that. However, it's not minding sitting alone when it's a choice.
Sure.
But
sure.
Can you say that it was definitely maybe not scary, but like I'm asking you if when you first started, before you knew any other open micers, and you just go talk to the host, tell him your name, he forgot it every week for like a while, and then like you don't even have the option of going to outside to hang out with people. Having the option of being able to be like, I don't want to sit down here alone. I'm gonna go see what so and so is doing outside. So that's the thing I hate in comedy and starting comedy. That's what deterred me the most. Is I was driving from my dad's house like 45 minutes to an open mic. Yeah. No one would talk to me. I'd bomb. I'd go home.
I think, that did suck. That did suck for a while, and that made me want to work even harder to get recognition for like just to people be like, hey, what's going on here? Like, what's going on here? Who's this? And I think that, I just use that as like fuel and stuff. I'm trying to think. It definitely did suck because people, obviously, they just look at you and just be like, who is this fucking guy? Like another guy. Yeah. Like another one. Right? Another new one. Like we already have enough new ones.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, who are you? What are you doing? Are you in my way? Are you going to be worth anything?
Yeah. And that's why I try to be nice to everyone, just because, like, I don't even care if I get backstabbed in the future. As long as I'm not backstabbing, I'm chilling. Like, and, we have decisions, and sometimes you may accidentally backstab someone, and you're like, oh, fuck, did I just gossip about somebody? Like, I don't want to fucking gossip. Why did I do that? Like, that's not who I want to be, but I did it.
Yeah.
And so, like, shit like that, I'm trying to get better as, like, just, like, even if someone's being a little dick, just don't be the same. Just try to just be a grown-ass person.
Yep.
Because, if they don't have any, like, dirt on you, like, oh, this motherfucker's an asshole, this,
Yeah.
that, the third. Like, you should have seen what he said. Like, then the hate that they are hating towards you is invalid, right? Like,
yeah. Well, there's a lot of unwarranted disliking of people in the comedy industry, especially, and I'm guilty of it.
Sure.
I will dislike a person completely through and through, say they're a person that I hate because of their comedy.
Okay.
Or because I don't respect them as a comedian.
Yeah.
When really, I might get along with that guy.
Yeah.
Just as a comedian, I don't like what he's doing.
Interesting.
And unfortunately, comedy is the most important thing to me, so that's the way that it makes me feel. But yeah, there are people like I will write off a person because if I don't respect them as a comedian, pretty much.
That's interesting. That is very interesting. I'm trying to think if I like do the same. I don't know. I think that I like to. I think maybe like if I don't like someone's comedy, maybe I won't engage in conversation. But I also won't engage in conversation if I like your comedy as well. So it's weird. Like if somebody does well,
I guess I don't mean their comedy. I don't mean their joke writing. I mean how you go about it. I mean, it's like the attitude thing we were talking about earlier. There are comedians who I don't like their attitude.
Okay.
If you think that you're the shit and you're just an open micer, I don't really fuck with that. That's not like the kind of thing that I like.
I'm the shit.
You know, like, well, dude, I know some open micers who think they're the fucking shit. It's annoying. And that which is what makes me try to say I'm bad. No matter what, I just try to say I'm bad. I suck.
Well,
I never say I'm good.
The thing is that we don't kill every night.
Yeah.
We don't.
I'm bad at comedy.
We're
like,
bad.
I don't, yeah. So I have no shame in saying I'm very bad at comedy, but I don't like, if I don't like your attitude, if you only come out every few weeks and then you're, like, you don't come out a lot, say. There's a comedian who doesn't come out, maybe does one mic a month.
Sure.
But his picture on Facebook is of him doing stand-up comedy, and he's always talking to his friends about how he's a stand-up comedian. I hate that person.
Yeah, that's not.
And all I know about them is that they don't take comedy seriously. I might really get along with them.
Sure.
But they don't take what I take seriously, and that, in my eyes, makes a mockery of what I take seriously.
Yeah.
So I write them off. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll hate joke writers. You know, what's it called? I'm friends with people who suck at comedy. You know, left and right. I'm friends with people who are bad at comedy and good at comedy. That doesn't make a difference. It's being involved in it actually and stuff. It's the attitude that I meant.
I get that totally. Do you? I don't know what time you have to go. I just want to make sure that you're all good.
I'm pretty good right now. Good? Yeah, I should probably leave within a few, but
okay, just whenever you have to, because usually we have like, we have a different producer. If anyone's wondering about Jay, we got Anthony in the house. And there's a little bit things different, like TVs and stuff. So I don't know what time it is or nothing like that. But whenever you need anything, just let me know.
No, I'm straight right now.
But Jesus, how many times have you traveled like across the country? Is this like your first, or no, it's not your first, but how many times have you gone just traveling to different states and stuff like for comedy?
Well, in the first place, I started here doing comedy. Did like 2.5 years. Yeah. Then I moved to San Diego in 2018.
Was that just a direct flight, or did you do
direct
the same
flight?
thing?
Direct flight. Detroit to San Diego. Stayed there for 3 years doing comedy. In that time, I went to places like Portland, Washington, Idaho, Vegas, New Mexico, and Arizona, and stuff like that.
Is that like does that help you grow, like more than just staying in one place?
That's a good question, because you will hear about that kind of thing about like how going on the road helps and it works, you know, quote unquote. I've never got the logic behind I need to see if my jokes work here, and see if my jokes work here. Yeah. It should translate. Yeah. In my opinion. You know, the whole set up punch thing that I was talking about earlier. Yeah. That should translate to anybody almost, unless it's a topic or something like that. Like rap music, like probably isn't going to kill at a winery in like in northern Minnesota. It probably isn't. You know, because it's just going to be old white people who only listen to fucking Elton John.
Country music.
So I have like a whole 2-minute joke about going to a Lil Wayne concert. I'm not going to fucking do that there. Yeah. They don't want to hear it. They don't care. Yeah. But what's it called? I am a big advocate for staying in one place. What's it called? I want to either stay in New York or San Diego, really. Because I like that. I like that I know where my time is. I'm respected in a scene, you know.
Yeah.
I do my day, you know, whatever time I wake up. I kill my time until it's comedy. And then I go to do a spot here, and a spot here, and then end my night here. That's great. That's
New York seems like so much fun to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could ever live there, though. It's like, I don't know if I could
the hustle
do
and bustle
it.
or the money?
The grossness.
Oh, really?
I don't like fucking...
I think you probably forget about it, honestly. I mean,
probably.
when you're doing it, it's sort of like there's bigger fish to fry than the gross, you know?
Just like, dude, it's fucking... Yeah. It does like kind of gross me out, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's like thinking about the subways and shit.
New York's very gross, yeah. LA is disgusting as fuck.
Oh my God. I've seen literal human feces just on a star. On a Hollywood fucking star, human feces. You're like, all right, if that was my name, I'd feel very disrespected right now. You know what I mean? Hollywood's not that clean.
Yeah.
Human feces on the ground.
It's very disgusting. The town Hollywood specifically is disgusting. Like LA is very gross, but Hollywood is a freak show.
It just reeks of Black Plague. You know what I mean? Like there's definitely a virus.
If Black Plague smells like pee, then yeah.
I think that's where it came from. Rats or
I don't
something
know.
and piss and shit.
But it just smells. The whole city is very gross. Yeah, it's just trash, piss, and shit.
It's like a village, like where they have just grates, where they just shit into the grates, and they just chuck it out there. It sucks, right? Imagine working your whole life, you got a star, and now your star gets shit on for it's a toilet. You can't even visit your star because
it's in a very popular place to shit.
Because it's the floor of a tent now. You can't visit your star because it's a tent.
Yeah.
That's kind of sucky, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I'd feel about it because I feel like if I had a star and I walked up to it and there was somebody sleeping on it, I'd be like, I don't know if I own the star. I can't kick this guy out. No. I guess this is just a product of the environment.
So, there's nothing you could do.
So if I'm Alec Baldwin and I can't go see my star, I just have to deal with it.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. It sucks. Well, I was having this conversation the other day about like fairness. Somebody was like, "Oh, that's not fair." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, that's fucking life, man. It's fucking life."
Yeah, things don't make sense at all.
Nothing makes sense. Nothing. Honestly, nothing makes sense. I was taking a shit this morning. I was just like, why do we have to do this? I was like, this sucks.
Why do we have to do this?
It's very annoying.
Yeah.
It's
inconvenient.
It's just like
to need to
shit again. And like holding a shit before a set. Oh.
It is the worst. Oh. Yeah. No. I will find that a lot of anxiety comes from a shit that I didn't know that I needed to take.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
I'll be feeling a weird way, and then I'll shit, and I'll be like, "Oh, I wasn't even nervous. I just need to poop a little bit." I guess.
Poop. Yeah, and the nervousness is coming from if I go on stage and I'm a little rowdy, I might shit myself. That's the nervous.
Really? You think that?
That's for me, definitely.
You're afraid of shitting yourself?
Oh, I am. I can shit myself. Like,
really,
dude, I have stomach problems. I think it's directly correlated to my nuts being disproportionate, but. Like
and
I
you
literally
think that shit can just fall out of your...
No,
when's the last
but
time you shit yourself?
A couple months ago, I was taking a bong rip, shit myself.
That's fine. That's normal because it coughs. Coughs, right?
It was the pole. It was
the pole?
But dude, you gotta understand, it's not that it's my butthole that's loose. It's that like I eat food that gives me diarrhea.
Are you shitting yourself more than 5 times a year?
This was my first time shitting myself in a long time.
Okay.
But it did
But it's
happen.
possible.
But like I'm not.
Well, I think I've shit myself within the last 2 months. Probably. I think I might have do sharts count a little, right? You know.
I mean, a little sharp. I mean,
So you shit your pants.
It was like and it was wet juice.
Ugh.
It wasn't a lot. It wasn't like.
That's wicked, bro.
It was like a teaspoon.
Okay.
So like a teaspoon of honey.
That's nasty.
But I was taking a bong rip. I was coughing. It was bad news, Bears. Bad news.
It was bad news, Bears.
The weed's getting too good today. It's making you shit yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
sativas, am I right?
I don't. What do you smoke? What do you like to smoke?
I like blunts.
But like,
whether it's sativa or indica, I don't give a fuck about.
Give a fuck?
Yeah, I'm really not
like
about that kind of thing. Yeah, but I do only smoke blunts.
That's crazy. I stopped smoking blunts in high school. I moved to the joints. I don't know why. I just was just like coughing up bunch of shit?
Yeah.
How's your lungs
Makes your
doing?
spit gross.
How's your lungs doing? Good?
No. I've got really bad lungs.
Really bad lungs?
Yep.
Now, is it asthma? Or
I had asthma in the first place, and I've been smoking 10 plus blunts a day for the better part of the last like 4 or 5 years.
That's really good. That's good. That's thousands of blunts.
Absolutely is, yeah.
Thousands of blunts straight to the
When it was
lungs.
getting bad, I was smoking like almost an ounce of weed a day in blunts.
How did you even afford this?
Working hard, dude.
Working
hard.
hard?
Walking dogs, stand-up comedy, cheap weed.
Damn. That's actually really impressive. So how many blunts is an ounce of weed in your opinion, in your rolling skills? Like 20 something?
Over
20?
Because it should usually I always go, this is about a gram for a blunt. That's what most people do.
Totally.
Sometimes when I'm running low on the weed though,
Oh yeah.
I will turn a quarter into 14 blunts. I will make
We've been
0.5s.
We've been there.
I will make 0.5s of a bunch of little skinnies,
Definitely.
and I will smoke them by myself.
Definitely.
I will sneak away from a group of people and go smoke them by myself really quick.
My thing recently, it's like really a dick thing, but I like just smoking in front of people, the whole thing by myself.
Oh yeah,
I'm just like, this
yeah.
is for
At
me.
Madhouse Comedy Club, I was like the weed guy. I was everybody depended on me to be the one smoking weed because of all the blunts I'm telling you right now that I smoked.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where I stopped passing it sometimes. People would like be around, like I'd see them staring at my hand, waiting for me to pass it, like trying to decide whether or not I'm gonna. And I'm like, nope.
Like, dude,
Nope.
this
Sometimes if there's too many people out there, I will give it to a guy next to me and be
is,
like,
he'll pass.
give it back,
Yeah.
give it back.
The thing is that people don't understand. This isn't high school anymore. We're adults.
I'm a grown man.
I'm a grown
Exactly.
man.
I do a joke about it. It doesn't always hit,
Grown
but I
man.
do a joke about this where I go, the amount of like free weed that is expected out of me
Oh yeah.
is driving me to alcoholism.
Yeah.
Because no one gets a cocktail and is like, everybody
Can I
circle
have a
up,
sip of
let's
that?
get together, you know,
Yeah.
like
I need to get a sip of that.
sip, pass. It's a double, you know.
Dude, that's fucking real shit. But like once you can like lay your ground though. Like once you don't pass for a while,
Yeah, no, they
people
don't
like-
question it. Yep.
they're like, this
And
guy just likes to smoke by himself.
It fully got to a point where like people would be like people would acknowledge like right with me right next to them, be like, no, Tim doesn't pass his blunts to fucking anybody. Like,
Dude, I've even I've brought a couple emergency joints. Just if someone was like on me, I'd just be like, dude, just take your own, man.
oh
So-
really?
I haven't passed it out, but I do have an emergency joint.
Yeah.
Just in case. I don't know. I just like I said, another grown man lips that I don't really know too well.
I'm not worried too much about sharing, you know, with other comedians that I'm, you know,
Sure.
peers with and stuff like that. And it really isn't the lips to me, you know. I'll go a big circle, but
circle?
what's it called? I do have a problem with what it's just expected that if I have weed, it also belongs partially to everyone here.
Yeah,
That's completely ridiculous. That I'm rude if I don't like. If I showed up with Taco Bell, it would be.
yeah.
It's a
And it's-
personal amount of Taco Bell. This is one blunt. It's a personal amount of weed.
And it's also even further. It's like a what was I gonna say? Pleasure. Like it's more sought after. Like it's a prize. It's just like
Yeah.
oh weed. Like it
Yeah,
should be
it's-
even further. Oh yeah, this guy's not gonna share.
It's like, yeah, it should be more like, oh, I wish I had my own fucking weed. I wish.
yeah, especially in this day and age. But what the fuck, dude? Oh my god, I'm fucking blanking, man. I'm fucking blanking. What is this shit? Weed.
Were you thinking about weed?
Yeah, it's because I'm smoking the weed. You know, it damages my frontal cortex.
Yeah.
I'm not fully developed
No,
yet.
I'm literally full on fender bender, weed to my
Yeah.
frontal cortex, right?
We're not gonna be fully developed. Do you think we're gonna be fine?
No, because I started, like I said, 5 years ago. I was 19. My brain's not done growing yet. Even I've
Yeah.
been smoking so much goddamn weed every single day. For the last 5 years, I haven't spent one full day without doing something that affects my psychology.
Damn. I want. Do they have like real studies on this shit? If it actually is like
for long-term marijuana use, yeah, dry herb for sure. They have they have studies.
And was it
however, dabbing shit like that kind of stuff, they don't.
Dude, that shit's
and maybe
heavy,
honestly,
dog.
the amount that I smoke, I don't know if a lot of people do. I know there's rappers, I know there's Willie Nelson and stuff like that, but dude, I smoke a lot more weed than most people. Like I never stop. Almost like it's almost constantly blunt after blunt.
Man, that's what's up. I mean, and it gets different too because some people that don't understand, if they just smoke on occasion or if they only had a few experiences, they have this perception of weed. And it's not what weed is, right? Because once you smoke it more, it changes. It becomes something different.
Yes.
It becomes something completely unique, and it's almost not even, it's like weird. It evolves. It turns from one thing into another thing.
For me, it's normalizing myself.
Interesting.
For me, it's complete. I've been smoking weed. Wake up, sun up to sundown.
Yeah.
From the minute I wake up and stuff. When I talk about it on stage and stuff, not weed on stage, but when I talk about doing stand up high, I don't have a problem with it. From the 2 puffs, little itsy bits of cloudy that you might get from like 2 puffs, to extreme violent way too high.
Yeah.
I'm fine to do stand up in any window there. I've never tried to be like, I'm going to get high before I do comedy. And I've never been like, I'm doing a set in a few minutes or a few hours. I got to not smoke. I've never been that type of person. However, if I've ever accidentally done stand up sober, it's weird. Being sober is a feeling that I'm not familiar with anymore. I wake up and immediately numb my body with weed. And I don't come down from a high and then smoke again. I smoke constantly. So I truthfully, when I do, if there is a day that I wake up and don't smoke, like if I went to my grandma's for Mother's Day, by hour 4 without weed, it's a weird feeling. Being sober is a high. Being high on weed is normal.
I've been to that point in my life, and I don't know what's right and what's wrong. I mean, it's hard to, I don't know.
Yeah,
I really don't.
It's really hard to judge. And when I talk about weed, I'm also not like a weed guy. I'm not like, you would never guess I'm like a big weed person, other than like the hair and how like kind of relaxed I am. I'm not like a Rasta. Like I don't wear drug rugs and stuff. Like I'm not constantly like my 420 jokes and stuff like that. I'm really like a normal person. I just do depend on it, almost in the same way that like people who are prescribed it legitimately are dependent on their Xanax. I'm very much so dependent on the weed that I've just gotten used to. I've trained my body into thinking that's what's regular.
That's weird. I've kind of feel the same way with you when you're like, I can do it any way I want, but I definitely been trying to do it sober recently.
It probably is smart too. What I'm saying, when I do it sober, I trip over my words. I forget my jokes.
Dude.
It's a different mindset because when I'm high, I'm a normal person.
Interesting.
Sober is a high. For some reason, I'm less focused. I'm scared. My anxiety goes up.
Yeah.
Because it'll happen on an occasion where I'm taking a nap at home and I accidentally almost miss my entire spot.
Right.
I wake up and I run out. Didn't take a dab, didn't grab a blunt or anything like that. I just run to the club or the open mic and I get right up. Usually 10 times out of 10 in that scenario, I will bomb. Because I won't have the right headspace. My delivery will be weird. Timing's going to be off. I will fuck up something.
Yeah, I felt that way yesterday. I took a fat nap and I woke up and I felt the same way. I just was off.
Yep. Dude, if I nap too close to when comedy happens, I'm probably going to bomb. I'd rather do it tired. I'd rather do it sleep deprived and still have the mental momentum that I've had from the full day.
Interesting.
Because when I first wake up, my brain's still just starting for like a couple hours, even maybe. Yeah. And like I just feel blank. I'll get to open mics and just feel blank if I took a nap right before I left.
I exactly. That's a real feeling. That's like exactly how I felt. I just felt like fucking numb.
I'd rather be sleep deprived.
Right. Yeah.
And just with still the thoughts from the full day circling,
Yeah, that's interesting. Are your friends gonna check out the Reptarium?
What's it called? They're gonna be here in just a little bit. We might want to end pretty quickly because they'll be here probably in like 20 minutes.
No worries. Do you whatever you want. If you want to shout out your stuff, upcoming like shows that you're gonna do? Or
upcoming
whatever?
shows are unimportant. Really, because it's I don't know.
just random shit.
There are already random shit. Well, the upcoming shows that's on the road, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in San Diego. I think it's like the 26th or something is next Wednesday. And then every day after that, I will be at the Madhouse Comedy Club at least every single night. That doesn't change. So if you're a San Diego person and you want to see me without reaching out to me, you will see me at Madhouse pretty much every single night, 9 times out of 10. If you want to reach out to me for other San Diego shows, because I've already got them set up and stuff like that, Dick Hard Thunderkill on Instagram. And then, what's it called? Whorehouse.
Where'd you get the fucking Dick House Thunderkill?
Dick Hard Thunderkill is, it's just 4 words with a lot of muscle right next to each other.
It's just your vibe.
I don't know. Yeah, I was a little kid when I thought of it. I was maybe like 15. I was like, hell yeah! I can't believe Instagram let me make that my name.
Dick Hard Thunderkill.
Never gonna change it. Yep.
My first gamer tag was Ladies Man 488. I fucking came out hard with it. Ladies Man 488. I wish that was still my alias.
Yeah, but yeah. Other than the Instagram, plug in the podcast, Whorehouse. It is currently behind like 2 episodes right now because I had to pack up all my equipment, and I'm heading back. But my friends have a Zoom. We're recording an episode tonight that I'm gonna upload.
Nice.
And then it'll be Whorehouse on Fridays as regular. Right. When I get back to San Diego.
Awesome. So I wonder if I'm interested in van podcasts. I wonder if that would be.
I didn't podcast it from inside of it. We are gonna record one on the road while we're driving for sure.
That'd be cool.
But where the Whorehouse originally was recorded was inside of a shed behind the house that I slept outside of. And then we moved it into an RV that was broken down. It was just a broken down RV, and we just podcasted in that for a little while.
For like weeks?
For a couple months.
Damn.
For a couple months until I moved away, until I moved back to Detroit.
That's fucking...
because that was all in San Diego.
I love hearing about random people's stories. Like, dude, this shit's just so... It's just so weird to me. Like, it's not my life, so it's just cool to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I live real low to the ground, you know, as far as I no safety net. I do a lot of stupid stuff. I don't know where I'm going to be in 3 days every single day. I don't know. I live my life pretty much $12 at a time, you know.
Yeah. You're like a gypsy.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
you rolled your eyes, you're like,
I spend a lot of money. Yeah, people call me a gypsy and a nomad a lot, but it's like I also wear like I wear like nice clothes and shit like that. I don't feel like a gypsy or a nomad. Like dude, I still like try to like be extravagant and clean. Like
I'm just saying it's not a bad thing in my eyes.
I have a low standard for quality of life. Money means absolutely nothing to me other than terms of survival.
I am very similar. I like actually would like to do what you're doing with the traveling and shit. That would be fucking sweet. I just
really does rock.
I just think that would be 100% without a doubt great for my growth as a human and as a comedian. Without a doubt, there's no way that it would either break you or make you, I think.
Yeah.
And
to live in the van like that, it's like I said, the no safety net thing. It's fucking
interesting. Well,
yeah.
If you guys want to hear more about Tim's life, like you said, go fucking follow the links in the description. For now, you're going to go hit some more open mics and go on to the road to become a comedian.
Absolutely. So, thank you so much for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. If you want to watch Snake Talk tomorrow with my dad, he's live 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, checking in Wednesday. Tomorrow, actually. We usually do this on Tuesday. Or on Friday. I forgot that it was Tuesday. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you in the next one. Peace.
Woo. Woohoo.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you so much, dude. That rocked.
Dude, my pleasure. Thanks for coming on.
The
nasal spray.